So we're going to begin. We begin by doing 3 prostrations in front of our altar. Um, so if everybody can do that to whatever degree you can do your prostrations, it'll be wonderful. Om, ah, hum, body, speech, and mind. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Om, ah, hum, body, speech, and mind. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Om, ah, hum, body, speech, and mind. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Om, ah, hum, om, ah, hum. Om, ah, hum, om, ah, hum. Om, ah, hum. Okay, thank you. So now we begin by reciting the introduction on page 1 of the Uncommon Preliminary Practices. So we read this out loud all together. Everybody keep your microphones muted, please, so we don't interrupt with each other. The introduction. For the benefit of all sentient beings, the most gracious Buddha Shakyamuni spoke the Dharma through the sutras and tantras. The 5 profound paths of Mahamudra and the 6 yogas of Naropa are the essence of the Buddha's teachings, which enable one to attain enlightenment even in one lifetime. However, to practice the path of the Mahamudra and the 6 yogas of Naropa, one must be fully convinced of the 4 ways of turning the mind, or the 4 ordinary foundations. The 4 ways of turning the mind are the basis for the successful practice of any of the yanas. Then one practices the 4 extraordinary foundations, or the Vajrayana Ngöndro, to purify the negative karma and obscurations of the mind, speech, and body, and to develop virtues. The great 12th century Tibetan saint Lord Jigden Sumgun, the second Nagarjuna, said, "The Ngöndro is even more important than the higher practices. One must truly understand and practice the simple yet profound foundational teachings before one begins the higher teachings." The altruistic motivation. All mothers, sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness, may they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will quickly establish them in the state of the most perfect and precious Buddhahood. All mothers, sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness, may they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will quickly establish them in the state of the most perfect and precious Buddhahood. Dagla dangwa je pe dra no pa je pe ge. Darpa dang tam she ken pe bar du jo par je pa tam she ki so je pe. Manam kadam yam pe sem chen tam she de wa dang ten. Dug now dong drel nor du la na me pa yang dag pa zog pe zhang zhu bren po she to pa zha. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Deshe du sang ma ge gi bar du lu na gi sam ge wala ko. Ma she bar du lu na gi sam ge wala ko. Du de ring ne sung te ni ma sang ta sam gi bar du lu na gi sam ge wa la ko. All sentient beings, limitless as the sky, take refuge in the glorious kind Lama Vajradhara, embodiment of the body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of the Buddhas of the 10 directions and the 3 times, source of the 84,000 categories of the teachings, and Lord of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yidams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yidams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. In Tibet, starting on page 4. Nam ke da dam yam pe sem chen tam she chok chu du som gi de shin sek pa tam she ki ku kung song ton yet chok tog yung ten trin le tam she gi no war jer pa choki pom po ton trak ka chu ta chi jung ne pa pe ge dun tam she gi na da drin san sa wa danger pa je pe pal dan la ma dam pa nam la kap su chi o ye dam kil gor gi la sok nam la kap su chi o sangye chom den de nam la kap su chi o Dam pe cho nam la kab su chi o. Pa pe ge dun nam la kab su chi o. Pa wo ka dro cho kyung song me song yes she gi chang dang dem pa nam la kab su chi o. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stages of the path. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stages of the path. Shang Shub Ning Por Chi Ki Bar Sangye Nam La Kab Su Chi Cho Dang Shang Shub Sampa Yi So Klang De Shin Kab Su Chi Jitar Nongi De Shegi Shang Shub Tuk Ni Ki Pa Dang Shang Shub Sempe La Pa La De dag rim shin ne patar de shin dro la pendandu shang shub sam ni ki gi shing de shin du ni la pa la Rempa Shindu La Parji O. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Sangye Chodang Soki Cho Nam La Shangju Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Jin Soki Pe So Nam Gi Jola Penshir Sangye Ju Pa Sho. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Manam kadam yam pe sem chen tam she de wa dang de we gur dang dam pa jor chi dug now dang dun now gi gu dang dra wa jor chi dug now me pe de wa dang mi dra wa jor chi Nei ring jak dang ni dang dra wei tang nam la nei pa jor chi. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Chag sa wa dang cho ching sa pa dang, Jesu yi rang kol sing so wa yi, Je wa chung se da gi ji sak pa, tam je zog pe zhang zhub chir no. 4 ways of turning the mind to the Dharma. Oh, this kind of leisure and endowment is supremely difficult to obtain. When we obtain this body, which is easily lost, do not waste it meaninglessly, but rather use it to attain the ultimate liberation, joyous result. Contemplate the meaning of precious human life. Contemplate the 8 leisures and the 10 endowments. Next is the nature of all phenomena is impermanence. Death is a certainty for all who are born. Death can descend any time like a drop of morning dew on a blade of grass. Quick, it is time to make effort for the essence of the Dharma. Contemplate the meaning of impermanence. Consider the 8 worldly concerns. Next, the fruit of one's positive karma is happiness. Suffering is the fruit of negative karma. The inexorable karma causation is the mode of abiding in all dharmas. Henceforth, practice the Dharma by distinguishing between what should be practiced and what should be given up. Contemplate on the meaning of karma, cause, and result. Next, in the 3 lower realms, and even in the 3 higher ones, there is not an instant of absolute happiness. I will avoid the root cause of my samsaric existence and practice the excellent path of peace to enlightenment. Contemplate the meaning of the suffering of samsara. Okay. Now on page 16, we visualize the protection circle. Oma, I, U, Vivi, Lili, O, Ung, Kaka, Gagana, Zaza, Zazana, Tata, Dadana, Tata, Dadana, Papa, Babama, Yawalawa, Sa, Ka, Saha, Kriya, Soha. Oma, I, U, Vivi, Lili, O, Ung, Kaka, Gagana, Zaza, Zazana, Tata Dadana, Tata Dadana, Papa Babama, Yawalawa, Sa, Kaha, Kriya, Soha. Oma, I, Vivi, Lili, O, Ung, Kaka, Gagana, Zaza, Zazana, Tata Dadana, Tata Dadana, Papa Babama, Yawalawa, Sa, Kaha, Kriya, Soha. The mantra of interdependent origination in English on page 17. Om Yadharma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Tagan Tadagato Heo Watatata Takansa Yonarada Ewamwadi Mahashamaniye Soha. Om Yadharma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Tagan Tadagato Heo Watatata Takansa Yonarada Ewamwadi Mahashamaniye Soha. Om Yadharma Hetun Takan Tadagato Heo Watatata Takansa Yonarada Evamwadi Mahashamaniye Soha. All phenomena arise from causes. Those causes have been taught by the Tathagata. The cessation, too, has been proclaimed by the great ascetic, the Shamaniye. So be it. 100-syllable purification mantra of Vajrasattva in English first and 3 times in the Sanskrit. Om Vajrasattva Samaya, help to protect my vow to purify myself. May you remain firm with me. Grant me the complete satisfaction. Grow with me. Be loving towards me. Grant me the attainments to master the powers beyond body and nature. Show me all the deeds of body, speech, and mind. Make my mind heart good, virtuous, and auspicious. Revel in the bliss of the 4 joys, O Blessed One, who embodies the essence within me. Do not abandon me. Grant me the realization of the indestructible nature. Make me one with you. Thus I signify my unity with non-duality. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsan Triya Kuruhung Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sara Tathagata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsan Triya Kuruhung Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara karma sutsame, sitsan shriya kuru hong. Ha 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 ho Bhagavan. Saratada gata bajra mame mansa bajri bhava mahasamaya satwaha. The increasing mantras for the practice, page 21 in English and Tibet. And this is Sanskrit. Om Sambar Sambar Bhimanasar Mahazamba Hung. 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 Arising from a defiled mind, be reborn into great wisdom. Om Smar Smar Bhimanaskar Mahazamba Hung Pe. 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 Arising from defiled lives, remember and purify the flower of wisdom. Om Sambar Sambar Mahazambu Hung Pe. 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 Arising great holy wisdom, purify this life. The Mala blessing. Om Richa Ramana Pravataya Hong Pe. 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 The enlightened body, speech, and mind of the precious Dharma protectors, whose mirror-like wisdom is the door to purification. Om Re Pamanurti Shvari Hung. 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 The body, speech, and mind of pure love is the ultimate wisdom. Om Ah Hong, 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 Om Ah So those are the opening prayers to prepare ourselves for the practice. So as we do the practices, we go through them, each one. So here we will do the taking the refuge. We'll do 3 prostrations. We'll recite the refuge instructions, and we'll do 3 prostrations while reciting the refuge prayer, and then we'll move on to the Vajrasattva. So as we do the Ngöndro, this is the process in which we do this. So up to this point, we've been doing pieces of it, and now we're putting it all together. So now we recite the benefits of taking refuge. If the merit of taking refuge in the triple gem could manifest in form, the whole universe could not contain it. Even though attempting to describe the infinite benefits of practicing refuge is like attempting to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. There are 8 benefits as explained in the jewel ornament of liberation. One becomes a Buddhist. It becomes the basis of all the precepts and vows. It exhausts all previous non-virtuous deeds. It protects one from obstacles created by humans and non-human. One accomplishes all one wishes. One gathers a great amount of merit. One will not fall into the lower realms. One attains Buddhahood swiftly. Refuge practice is the essence of all other practices. Therefore, one always should emphasize this practice. It has inconceivable beneficial effects. Through this practice, one can achieve the fearless state. Now, with one pointed mind, take refuge in the 3 jewels. So just take a moment, quietly visualize the 3 jewels, your body, speech, and mind, the body, speech, and mind of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Okay, so now the instructions on page 25. Meditate the surroundings as inseparable from a Buddha field. In the space in front of me is a lion throne on which are a lotus, sun, and moon disk seat, in the center of which sits the kind root Lama in the form of Vajradhara with the 7 characteristics. Blue in color, 2 arms, holding a Vajra and bell, crossed at the heart and gracefully sitting in the Vajra position, adorned by the silken robes and various precious jewel ornaments, and surrounding by all the lineage lamas. In front of the lion throne is the Yidam Chakrasambhara, the male and female aspects in union, whose manifestation is simultaneously appearance and emptiness. At the right side of the throne is the assembly of the Buddhas of the 3 times, possessing all the auspicious signs of a Buddha, together with the 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate kalpa. Behind the throne is the Prajnaparamita, proclaiming the relative and ultimate meaning of the 3 yanas. To the left of the throne is the assembly of the compassionate bodhisattvas, surrounded by the Sangha of the 3 yanas. Around the base of the throne are the Dharmapalas, an ocean of guardians gathered like clouds. The Refuge Prayer. Buddhas, Dharma, Sanghas, Yidams, and Dharma protectors, to these supreme objects of refuge, for protection from the hordes of sufferings of samsara, we all migrators go for refuge until enlightenment is attained. Buddhas, Dharma, Sanghas, Yidams, and Dharma protectors, to these supreme objects of refuge, for protection from the hordes of sufferings of samsara, we, all migrators, go for refuge until enlightenment is attained. Sangye cho sok yidam cho kyung che, Kyab chog nam la dak sok dro wa kun. Si pe jik sok nam ga le nyob chi. Chang shu ma to ba du kyab su chi. I rejoice when all sentient beings are happy and free from the samsaric suffering and swiftly attain ultimate Buddhahood. For this purpose, from now on until I achieve enlightenment, I will follow the path to the ultimate goal. I rejoice when all sentient beings are happy and free from the samsaric suffering and swiftly attain ultimate Buddhahood. For this purpose, from now on until I achieve enlightenment, I will follow the path to the ultimate goal. Drokun de den dug nel drawadang, nor du la me to par da Yahweh. De chi deng ne chang shu ma to bar, ne pe don chog lam la jug par ja. So now the refuge prayer, we do prostrations. So we'll do 3 prostrations while reciting the refuge prayer. So we'll do once in English and twice in the Tibetan, in the Sanskrit. Tibetan it is, actually. We go for refuge to the glorious, holy, venerable, prime root and lineage lamas. We go for refuge to the deities, to the mandalas, and the Yidams. We go for refuge to all the exalted Buddhas. We go for refuge to the perfect Dharma. We go for refuge to the excellent order of the Sanghas. We go for refuge to all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Junsan Sa Wa Dan Gurpa, Jepe Paldan Lama, Dampa Nam La Kap Suchio, Yidam Kilgor Gila Sok Nam La Kap Suchio, Sange Jom Dende Nam La Kap Suchio, Tempecho Nam La Kap Suchio, Pepe Gedu Nam La Kap Suchio, Woka Duka Kilmeshon Yeshe Gichang Dendem Pa Nam La Kap Suchio. Trinsen sa wa den gurpo, J.P. Palden Lama, Dampan Nam La Kap Suchio, Yidam Kilgorgi La Sok Nam La Kap Suchio, Sange Chom Dende Nam La Kap Suchio, Dampecho Nam La Kap Suchio, Pepe Gedu Nam La Kap Suchio, Pawoka Jojo Kyo Meshung Yeshegi, Cheng Deng Dempa Nam La Kap Suchio. So what I meant to say was that we recited once in the English and then we recited 3 times in the Tibetan, or rather, in the Tibetan. And then during that time, we're doing prostrations. So we're doing more than just 3 prostrations. You can choose to do as many prostrations as you want and recitations as you want. But I arbitrarily chose 3 just to keep it simple for today. So now we go to the next section, which will be the Vajrasattva section. So we go to page 45. And if you've got your Deity Yoga textbook, if we go to the Vajrasattva part, which is page 485, to recite the introduction. So if you've got this other red book, the Deity Yoga texts, it had the 5 practices in there if you have the Deity Yoga book. If you don't have it, I'll recite it. Okay, if you got it, page 85. Okay? This is the introduction to the Vajrasattva meditation practice. Generally speaking, virtuous and non-virtuous acts depend upon mind. Mind is the master, and the body and speech are the servants. Driven by the power of afflictive emotions, controlled by desire, hatred, and so forth, we create non-virtues such as the 5 heinous karmas, the 5 close karmas, the 10 non-virtues, and breaking vows and samayas. It is non-virtuous if we do these things ourselves, if we ask others to do them for us, or if we rejoice when these deeds are done by others. Not only that, when the mind is under the control of desire, hatred, and so forth, we continue to create non-virtue, even if we hear, study, and practice the precious Dharma. These non-virtues will bring suffering and undesirable conditions. These non-virtues can be created when we conquer our enemies, protect our relatives and friends, defend our own body, and accumulate wealth. We leave these things behind when we face death, but the non-virtues will follow us like a shadow, life after life, and become a source of all suffering. Therefore, it is very wise to purify all the non-virtues we create before their results arise. If we use the 4 powers, this purification can be very effective. The 4 powers are remorse, antidote, resolve, and reliance. In the Vajrayana, Vajrasattva meditation is a special practice for the purification of non-virtue. So with confidence and without hesitation, enter into the Vajrasattva practice. Having sincere remorse for evil deeds, confess them and resolve not to create any more negative karma, even at the risk of your own life. Then take refuge, cultivate the mind of enlightenment, recite the mantra, and meditate on emptiness as the antidote and reliance. So now back to page 45 in our Ngöndro book, in the Uncommon Preliminary Practice book, where it's just the English. On the crown of one's head, a white 5-pointed vajra arises from the syllable hung that rests on a moon mandala upon a lotus. The vajra is marked in the center with the syllable hung. Light radiates from it, making offerings to the Aryas and accomplishing the benefit of sentient beings through emanation and collection. The Vajra becomes the complete form of Vajrasattva, whose body is white, the color of light rays striking the peak of a snow mountain. He has 1 face and 2 hands. He is holding the 5-pronged Vajra to his heart with his right hand and holding a Ganta to his hip with his left hand. His feet are in the half-lotus posture. He is wearing silk and precious ornaments. Envision this clearly. Take a moment. Visualize in your right hand you're holding the Vajra, the dorje, to your heart. And as it says in the instructions, that you're holding the Ganta, the bell, at your hip, like this. Even if you don't have the bell and dorje, that you are visualize that you are holding it, sitting in this elegant position as Vajrasattva. Okay. Page 47. Light emanates from Vajrasattva's 3 places, marked with the 3 syllables Om Ah Hum, inviting the Janasattvas and the empowerment deities of the 5 families. Za, Hom, Bam, Ho. They become inseparable with the Samaya Sattva, having prayed to the empowerment deities by reciting Om Sar Tathagata Abhi Shikatu Mam. Water from the vase fills the body, bestowing empowerment. The excess becomes the crown ornament of the five families. The empowerment deities dissolve into Vajrasattva. So we pour, we drink, and the blessings. Thus offer. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Argam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Argam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Padyam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Pushpam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Dupam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Alokam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Gande Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Nuitaya Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Shapta Pratitsa Soha. Vajrasattva, Mahasattva, Vajra, embodiment of all the Tathagatas. Vajra, the primordial summon to Vajra. I prostrate to Vajrapani. Dorje Sampa Sampa She, Dorje Deshin Sakpa Kun, Dorje Dangpo Kun Tu Zang, Chaksal Chana Dorje La O. Envision in the heart a moon mandala, above which is the syllable Hung, surrounded by the 100-syllable mantra circling to the right. Om Vajrasattva Samaya, help to protect my vow to purify myself. May you remain firm with me. Grant me the complete satisfaction. Grow with me. Be loving towards me. Grant me the attainments to master the powers beyond body and nature. Show me all the deeds of body, speech, and mind. Make my mind heart good, virtuous, and auspicious. Revel in the bliss of the four joys, O Blessed One, who embodies the essence within me. Do not abandon me. Grant me the realization of the indestructible nature. Make me one with you. Thus I signify my unity with non-duality. Ah. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Sudokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada gata Bajra mame munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Triya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Triya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Triya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwa Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Triya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Triya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Triya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu me bhava sara siddhi me prayatsa sara karma sutsa me sitsantriya kuruham ha 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 ho bhagavan sara tada gata bajra mame mansa bajri bhava maha samaya satvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenupa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwa Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruham ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sora Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Ma Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Ma Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarata Gata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tano Bhajristadredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sora Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sora Karma Satsume Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sora Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tano Padristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sora Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sora Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tano Padristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sora Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tano Padristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Sora Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tano Padristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sora Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sora Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Ma Samaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Dano Vajrasattva Me Bhava Sutokaya Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sora Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tano Padristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tano Padristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tano Padristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sora Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sora Tadagata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ha. Page 53. Light radiates from the seed syllable and the mantra garland, making offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and purifying the negative actions and obscurations of sentient beings. Nectar flows from the hearts of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, dissolving into the syllable hung in the mantra garland. Nectar flows down, filling his body. Flowing out through the big toe of his right foot, nectar enters one's body through the crown of the head. All of one's negative actions, obscurations, faults, and shortcomings from beginningless time and samsara are expelled in the form of black soot and dirty grease through the lower sense doors of the pores of the skin. It is like a container that has been emptied, and milky nectar has flowed in. Meditate that it is filled. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Justadredo Mebawa Zudokayo Mebawa Zubokayo Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Zara Siddhi Meprayata Zara Karma Satsume Sitsadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Baba Ma Samaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Justadredo Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Zupokayo Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sara Siddhi Meprayatsa Sora Karma Satsume Sitandriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sora Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Baba Ma Samaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Justadredo Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sara Siddhi Meprayata Sara Karma Satsume Sitsandriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Baba Mahasamaya Sattva. Meditate. Light radiates from the seed syllable in the mantra garland, making offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and purifying the negative actions and obscurations of sentient beings. Nectar flows from the hearts of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, dissolving into the syllable hung and the mantra garland. Nectar flows down, filling his body. Flowing out through the big toe of his right foot, nectar enters one's body through the crown of the head. All of one's negative actions, obscurations, faults, and shortcomings from beginningless time in samsara are expelled in the form of black soot and dirty grease through the lower sense doors and pores of the skin. It is like a container that has been emptied, and milky nectar has flowed in. Meditate for 10 minutes. Your mind wanders, bring it back to the visualization. Filling your body. Pushing out all the negative defilements, confusions, non-virtues through the lower sense doors and pores of the skin. And rest in the state of Vajrasattva. Take a deep breath and hold it. Exhale. Turn to page 55. It says, recite, Protector, through delusion and ignorance, I have broken my samaya. Lama protector, grant me refuge. Master, Vajra holder, the personification of great compassion, please grant me refuge. After praying in this way, Vajrasattva says, Child of noble family, all of the violations and breakages of samaya you have committed are purified. So with that, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and we'll resume the practice, the Vajrasattva practice. But first, we were establishing the mantra, then the visualization, then this dissolution, this short dissolution, and we'll come back and we'll repeat that again, doing 2 sessions today. Okay, so try and maintain your mindfulness while you take your break. Try not to engage in any discursive thoughts about different things going on. Try not to turn on the TV or engage in conversation that's going to be distracting. Maintain your peacefulness. So we'll come back at 11 o'clock in 25 minutes. We'll take a 25-minute break. Thank you. Okay, thank you all for returning. So we will continue with the second part of our Vajrasattva session. So we continue with the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Drista Jedo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarata Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Bajra Sattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarata Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarata Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva. So we go to page 33 to refresh our visualization. Light radiates from the seed syllable and the mantra garland, making offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and purifying the negative actions and obscurations of sentient beings. Nectar flows from the hearts of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, dissolving into the syllable hung and the mantra garland. Nectar flows down, filling his body. Flowing out through the big toe of his right foot, Nectar enters one's body through the crown of the head. All of one's negative actions, obscurations, faults, and shortcomings from beginningless time in samsara are expelled in the form of black soot and dirty grease through the lower sense doors and pores of the skin. It is like a container that has been emptied and milky nectar has flowed in. Meditate that it is filled. So continue the visualization as you recite the mantra. And any time during the mantra recitation, if your mind begins to slip away while you're reciting, go back and read while you're reciting these instructions and look at the image, the picture, the tanka painting, or not the line drawing of Vajrasattva that is on the back side of the lineage tree that you all have. Yes, thank you.
Lance, forgive me. Which book were you in? I went back to the book I thought we were in, and
We're still in the Uncommon Preliminary Practices book.
you said page 333. It's 33.
53.
Oh, I misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
Okay. We continue with the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanupa Justajedo Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurektu Me Bawa Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsume Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bava Maha Samaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Justajedo Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anuraktu Me Bawa Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bawa Maha Samaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Tristajedo Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurektu Me Bawa Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Justajedo Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurektu Me Bawa Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bava Maha Samaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Tristajedo Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurektu Me Bawa Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bawa Maha Samaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Justajedo Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurektu Me Bawa Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Baba Maha Samaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Tristajedo Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurektu Me Bawa Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsan Shriya Kuru Hung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Baba Maha Samaya Satwaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Tristadrato Me Bhava Suto Gayo Me Bhava Supo Gayo Me Bhava Anu Rektu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Justadreto Me Bhava Suto Gayo Me Bhava Supo Gayo Me Bhava Anu Rektu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Tristadreto Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anu Rektu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Tristadreto Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava, Supo Kayo Me Bhava, Anu Rektu Me Bhava, Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa, Sara Karma Sitsu Me, Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bajra Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha, Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Jitadeta Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Jitadeta Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Justadeta Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Justadeta Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Guru Hong Ha Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Justadeta Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Guru Hong Ha Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Shri Guru Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Justadeta Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Guru Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Guru Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Anurakta Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Satsu Me Sitsantriya Guru Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Mansi Bhava Maha Samaya Savaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Dhanova Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Supagaya Me Bhava Unerected Maple Eyes, or City Maple Eyes, Zori Gomez's Mazes, Andrea Guru Hung, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibazami Azawa, Bazuz Abazamia, Manubalia, Bazuz Abadan Bazin Maple Eyes, Zuliga Maple Eyes, Zuliga Maple, Unerected Maple Eyes, or City Maple Eyes, Zori Gomez's Mazes, Andrea Guru Hung, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibazami Azawa, Bazuz Abazamia, Manubalia, Bazuz Abazamia, Super guy may want to write the Maple Eyes, or City Maple Eyes, Zori Gomez's Mazes, Andrea Guru Hung, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibazami Azawa, Bazuz Abazamia, Manubalia, Bazuz Abazamia, Bazuz Maple Eyes, Super guy may want to write the Maple Eyes, or City Maple Eyes, Zori Gomez's Mazes. Since I drew a room, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibazami Azawa, Bazuz Abazamia, Manubalia, Bazuz Abazamia, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, and right to Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, Adrigo, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata, Bazabami, Majibaba Mazamia, Sadwa, Bazazamia, Manavalia, Bazazamia, Bazaz Maple, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, on the right to Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, Adrigo, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata, Bazabami, Majibaba Samaya Zawa, Bazuzawa Samaya Manabalia, Bazuzabudana, Bazuzan Maple, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, Andrea Guru, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata, Bazabami, Majibama, Samaya Zawa. Bazuzawa Samaya Manabalia, Bazuzabudana, Bazuzan Maple, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes. Since I drew a girl, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibaba Mazami Azawa, Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzavana Bazan Maple, Sudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, and drew a girl, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibaba Mazami Azawa. Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzavana Bazami, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, and drew a girl. Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibaba Mazami Azawa, Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzavana Bazami, Maple, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple. Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, and drew a girl. Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibaba Mazami Azawa. Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzavana Bazas Maple, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, and drew a girl. Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibaba Mazami Azawa, Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzavana Bazas. Just a day the Maple was, Zudagai Maple was, Zubagai Maple was, Unerected Maple was, Zori City Maple was, Zori Gomez's Mazes, and drew a guru hung ha, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Bazubaba Mazami Azawa, Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzawa Danava, Zudagai Maple was, Zubagai Maple. Unerected Maple was, Zori City Maple was, Zori Gomez's Mazes, and drew a guru hung ha, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibaba Mazami Azawa. Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzawa Dana Bazuzana Maple, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, and drew a guru hung ha, Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibaba Mazami Azawa, Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzawa Dana Bazuzana Maple, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Zori Gomez's Mazes, and drew a guru Bhagawan Zori Dadagata Bazabami, Majibaba Mazami Azawa. Bazuzawa Zamia Manabalia, Bazuzawa Dana Bazuzana Maple, Zudagai Maple, Zubagai Maple, Unerected Maple, Zori City Maple, Sorry, Carmen says amazing that you're a guru. Bhagavan, sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji Basabama, Samaya, Sava, Basu Sava, Samaya, Manabalia. Basu Sava, Dana Baji, the Dana Maple was, the guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple was, and the Rector Maple was, sorry, City Maple House, sorry, Carmen says amazing that you're a guru. Bhagavan. Sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji Basabama, Samaya, Sava, Basu Sava, Samaya, Manabalia, Basu Sava, Dana Baji, the Dana Maple was, the guy Maple was. Super guy Maple and Rector Maple was Zori City Maple House, Zori Gomez, Maze, Zadria Guru, Ho, Bhagavan, Zori, Tata Gata Basabami Maji, Basu Baba Mazamaya, Zava, Basu Zava Zamaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava Dana Baji, the Maple was, the guy Maple was. Super Gaia Maple and erected Maple was Zora City Maple House, Zora Gomez, Maze, Zadria Guru, Ho, Bhagavan, Zora, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Basu Bama, Samaya, Zava, Basu Zava, Zamaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava, Dana Baji, the Maple was, the Gaia Maple was. Super Gaia Maple One, erected Maple was Zora City Maple House, Zora Gomez, Maze, Zadria Guru, Ho, Bhagavan, Zora, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Basu Bama, Samaya, Zava, Basu Zava, Zamaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava, Dana Baji, the Maple was, the Gaia Maple was. Super Gaia Maple One, erected Maple was Zora City Maple House, Zora Gomez, Maze, Zadria Guru, Ho, Bhagavan. Sorry, Tata Gata Basabami Maji, Basu Bama, Zamaya, Zava, Basu Zava, Zamaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava, Dana Baji, the Data Maple, Super Gaia Maple, Super Gaia Maple, Erector Maple, Zora City Maple House, Zora Karma Suzume, Zadria Guru, Oh, Bhagavan, Sorry, Tata Gata Basabami Maji, Basu Bama, Zamaya, Zava, Basu Zava, Zamaya, Manabalia. Basu Sabadana Baji, the Data Maple was, the Gaia Maple was, the Gaia Maple was, and the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House, sorry, Karma Suzume, Sitsantria Guru, no, Bhagavan, sorry, Tata Gata Basabami Maji, Basu Baba Mazamaya Zawaha, Basu Sabasa. Basu Zava Samaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava Dana Baji, the Dana Maple was, the Guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple was, the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House. Sorry, Gomez, as amazing that we are Guru Hong, Bhagavan, sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Baba Mazami, Azava, Basu Zava Samaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava Dana Baji, the Maple was, the Guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple, and the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House. Sorry, Gomez, as amazing that we are Guru Hong, Bhagavan, sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Baba Mazami, Azava, Basu Zava Samaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava Dana Baji. Just the Maple was, the Guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple, and the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House, sorry, Gomez, as amazing that we are Guru Hong, Bhagavan, sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Baba. Sawaha, Basu Zava Samaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava Dana Baji, Maple was, the Guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple, and the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House. Sorry, Gomez, as amazing that we are Guru Hong, Bhagavan, sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Basu Baba Samaya, Sawaha, Basu Zava Samaya, Manabalia. Basu Zava Dana Baji, the Dana Maple was, the Guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple, and the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House. Sorry, Gomez, as amazing that we are Guru Hong, Bhagavan, sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Baba Samaya, Sawaha, Basu Zava Samaya. Manabalia, Basu Zava Dana Baji, the Dana Maple was, the Guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple was, and the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House. Sorry, Gomez, as amazing that we are Guru Hong, Bhagavan. Sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Basu Baba Mazamaya, Zawaha, Basu Zava Zamaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava Dana Baji, the Dana Maple was, the Guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple was. And the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House, sorry, Gomez, as amazing that we are Guru Hong, Bhagavan. Sorry, Tata Gata Basabami, Maji, Basu Baba Mazamaya, Zawaha, Basu Zava Zamaya, Manabalia, Basu Zava Dana Baji, the Maple was, the Guy Maple was, Super Guy Maple, and the Rector Maple was, or City Maple House. Sorry, it's amazing that you're going back one sorry that I got a buzz about me, Maji Buzz, Mazami, Azawa, Buzzes, I was on me, I'm on a valley, I buzzes up with an abuzz, and maybe I was the guy, maybe I was the guy, maybe one right to maybe. Sorry, city, maybe I was the sorry, I was amazing that you're going back one sorry that I got a buzz about me, Maji Buzz, Mazami, Azawa, Buzzes, I was on me. Manubali Abbas Abadan Bazan Maybo Azuliga Maybo Azubiga Mayban right to Maybo Azor City Maybo Azaz Organs Mazes Adjurgo Hunga Bagawan Sor Tadigala Bazabami Mazibo Mazami Azawa Bazas Abazami Manabalia Bazas Abadana Bazas and the Maybo Azuliga Maybo Azubiga Maybo right to Maybo Azor City Maybo Azaz Organs Mazes Adjurgo Hunga Bagawan Sor Tadigala Bazabami Mazibo Maya Samaya Zawa, Buzzes over Samia Manabali, Buzzes over the Buzzes, Mabel, Azuliga, Mabel, Azubiga, Mabel, and right, Mabel, Azor, City, Mabel, Hadza. Sorry, Consummation, Tadrigo, Hung, Bagawan, sorry, Tadagala, Buzzabami, Mazi, Buzzabama, Samia Zawa, Buzzes over Samia Manabali, Buzzes over the Buzzes, Mabel. Sudiga, Mabel, Azubiga, Mabel, and right, Mabel, Azor, City, Mabel, Hadza, sorry, Consummation, Tadrigo, Hung, Bagawan, sorry, Tadagala, Buzzabami. Manabali Abbas Mabel, Zuliga Mabel, Zubiga Mabel, right to Mabel, Zori City made by Azaz, Zori comes as amazing, Adrigo, like a one sort that I got a buzz about me, what's about Mazami Azawa, Buzzes, Ozami, Manabali Abbas, Mabel. Sudiga Mabel, Zubiga Mabel, right to Mabel, Zori City made by Azaz, Zori comes as amazing, Adrigo, back in one sort that I got a buzz about me, what's about Mazami Azawa, Buzzes, Ozami, Manabali. Bachelors out with Danabazes and Maybo, Zuliga Maybo, Zubiga Maybo, right to Maybo, Zori City Maybo, Zori was amazing, Dodger, Hung, back one side, Daddy got a buzz about me, Manzibo, Mazami, Azawa. One buzzes over Zami, Manabali, Abbas, Zuliga Maybo, Zubiga Maybo, right to Maybo, Zori City Maybo, Zori was amazing, Dodger, Hung. Back one side, Daddy got a buzz about me, Manzibo, Mazami, Azawa. One buzzes over Zami, Manabali, Abbas. Super guy made one right to make one sorry city made by odds sorry was amazing not you go hung how back one sorry that I got a buzz about me one miles on me as well but it's always on me I'm out about just let it made one super guy made one super guy made one right to make one sorry city made by odds sorry was amazing not you go hung how back one sorry that I got a buzz about me much about miles on me as well. One buzzes always on me, I'm in a valley, I buzzes over the buzzes, Maybo, Zuliga Maybo, Zubiga Maybo, and right to Maybo, Zori City Maybo, odds, Zori comes as amazes, I drew a home. No, back at one side, I got a buzz upon me, Mazu, Mazami, Azawa, one buzzes always on me, I'm in a valley, I buzzes over the buzzes, Maybo, Zuliga Maybo, Zubiga Maybo, and right to Maybo, Zori City Maybo, odds. Sorry, come as amazing, not you, Bhagawan, sorry, that I got a buzz about me, Maji Baba, Mazami, Azawa, buzzes, I was on me, I'm Annabelle. Buzzes up with Anabazes and Maybo, Zuli guy Maybo, Anorecta Maybo, sorry, city made by us, sorry, come as amazing, not you, Bhagawan, sorry, that I got a buzz in my Mazami, Azawa, buzzes, I was on me. Manabali Abbas and Maybo, Zuliga Maybo, Zubiga Maybo, right to Maybo, Zori City, made by odds, Zori comes as amazing, Zadru, back one, Zori, Tali got a buzz above me, Mazibo, Mazami, Azawa, buzzes, I was on me. Manabali Abbas and Maybo, Zuliga Maybo, Zubiga Maybo, right to Maybo, Zori City, made by odds, Zori comes as amazing, Zadru, back one. So I thought I got a buzz about me, Mazami, Azawa, buzzes always on me, I'm on a belly, buzzes on the buzzes, Maybo, Zuliga, Maybo, Zubiga, Maybo, and right to Maybo, Zori City, Maybo. So I goes as amazing, that you go, back one, so I thought I got a buzz about me, Mazami, Azawa, buzzes always on me, I'm on a belly, buzzes on the buzzes. Just a little Maybo, Zuliga, Maybo, Zubiga, Maybo, and right to Maybo, Zori City, Maybo, houses, Zori comes as amazing, that you go, back one, so I thought I got a buzz about me, Mazami, Azawa. Om Bazu Zavazami Amanabali Abazu Zamanabazin Mabwa, Zudigai Mabwa, Zubigai Mabwa, Right to Mabwa, Zori City, Mabayats, Zori Commons, Mazes, Andrew, Oh, Bagawan, Zori Tatagata Bazabami, Mazibo, Mazami, Azawa, Om Bazu Zavazami Amanabali Abazu Zamanabazin Mabwa, Zudigai Mabwa. Super guy made one like the made one Zori City made by us, Zori Gomez, Suzu Mazes, Andrew Guru, ha ha ha, ho, Bagawan. Sorry that I got the buzzer bummy munzi buzzy bubba ma zamaya zabaha om buzzer zamaya manu balaya buzzer zabadano ba just a little mabel was the guy mabel was super guy mabel one erected mabel was sorry city mabel sorry karma sutu me sazandria guru hong ha 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 ho baga one sorry that I got the buzzer bummy munzi buzzy bubba ma zamaya Sadwaha, Wom Bazuzawa Zamaya, Manubalaya, Bazuzawidano Bajuzadano Mebawa, Sutagayo Mebawa, Zubugaya Mebawa, Unerected Mebawa, Zora City Mebaya, Zora Karma Sotume, Sitadria Guru, ha 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 ha, ho, Bagawan, Zora Tadagata, Bazubami, Manzi, Bazubaba Mazamaya, Satwaha. Om Bajuzawa Samaya, Manubalaya, Bajuzawa Danuba, Justadado Mebawa, Sudokaya Mebawa, Subokaya Mebawa, Nuraktu Mebawa, Sora City Mebayata, Sora Karma Satume, Satadriya Guru Hong, ha 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 ho, Bhagawan, Sora Tadagata, Bajubami Machi, Bajubaba Ma Samaya Satwa. Page 55. Protector through delusion and ignorance, I have broken my samaya. Lama protector, grant me refuge. Master, Vajra holder, the personification of great compassion, please grant me refuge. After praying this way, Vajrasattva says, child of noble family, all of the violations and breakages of samaya you have committed are purified. Rest the mind in the non-dual nature and meditate in the absorption state. Go to page 32. Excuse me. Page, page 32. The objects of refuge dissolve into the main figure, and he dissolves into your crown. So visualize all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all dissolving into light, and all dissolving into Vajradhara. Vajradhara dissolving into you. The hung syllable dissolving into the emptiness, into the shunyata. Rest in the meditative Mahamudra state. Catch a glimpse of the mind as such, with no discrimination, no judgment. Peace, just rest. 10-minute dissolution meditation. Take a deep breath and hold it. Exhale and hold it. Breathe normal, stay relaxed. Open your eyes. Page 33. We dissolve the protection circle, visualizing the dakinis facing outward, shoulder to shoulder. Oma, a, I, u, vi, li, o, kaka, gagana, zaza, zazana, tada, dadana, tada, dadana, papa, babama, yawalawa, sa, ka, saha, kya, soha. Oma, I, u, vi, li, o, kaka, gagana, zaza, zazana, tada, dadana, tada, dadana, papa, babama, yawalawa, sa, ka, saha, kya, soha. Oma, I, u, vi, li, o, kaka, gagana, zaza, zazana, tada, dadana, tada, dadana, papa, babama, yawalawa, sa, kaha, kriya, soha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Bajra Sattva Tenopa Jistadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Bajra Sattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha Om Teata Panchadriva Avobodhanaya Soha 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 Teata Panchadriva Avobodhanaya Soha. This is it. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 5 families and 3 times, who have destroyed all defilement, lead to equipoise of the enlightened mind. Om Ru Ru Da Ru Mukhi Mukhi Soha. 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 The enlightened body, speech, and mind of the peaceful and wrathful deities is the Buddha. Om Dai Dai Bendai Soha. 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 The body, speech, and mind of the Buddhas is the cause for enlightenment of all sentient beings. Om Hanubasha Bharat Hridaya Soha. 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 The bliss and strength in the heart center of the Buddha is equipoise. Om Ah Hong, 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 Om Ah Hong Visualize with faith the root Lama is present in the sky in front, surrounded by assemblies of Yidam deities and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Om 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 Om. So that concludes the practice for today. Anybody have any comments or questions?
I would say yeah, it was a really beautiful practice, and one thing I was noticing when doing the dissolution meditation is how like there's no inside and outside in in the experience of the awareness when I was like you know, and the mind gets quieter, like there's nowhere, the ego isn't separate from anything, you know. It's like you're like looking for it, and it's there is no there is nowhere for it to hide. There's no inside of the experience and outside of the experience, like it feels. That's something that was coming to me in my experience when doing that. If that makes sense.
Yes, very good. Yes, that's excellent.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's we rejoice.
Thank you, Les.
You're welcome. We still have our lineage dedications to do, but this, you know, if anybody needed to talk about anything, this would be the time to do it. Okay. Next week, we will not be having our regular scheduled program because next week, Drupal Tini Ningpo will be down in Florida and on Zoom, and he will be giving Vajrasattva empowerment with explanations and the reciting the the entire prayer and so on like that. So the entire practice, the transmission. So if you can join, that would be great. So I sent everybody the information about it a couple of weeks ago. I'll send it again this week, but it would be wonderful for you to be able to do that. So that'll be Saturday and Sunday next weekend. And then we'll come back the following week, I think. Right, the 25th and 26th. I know it's Memorial Weekend, but for those of you who are available and can participate, we'll conclude with the Vajrasattva practice, and then after the Memorial Weekend in June, then we have Geshe Jampa is going to be up here in Baltimore area. So I hope you all can come to that, and you can, talk between yourselves and maybe arrange some carpooling would be great. It's just a one day, Saturday, June the 1st. So that would be really, really great to see everybody and have meals with everybody, meet Geshe Jampa, and see this great temple that is owned by the Nepalis. And they have Hindu practice and they have Buddha practice, because the Nepalis are right on the border. So they do Buddhism and they do Hinduism, moving from one to another without any gaps in it. So it's really good people, and it'd be worthwhile for everybody to come up for that Saturday. And then later in June, the 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, Lama Gersum is going to come back. You remember meeting him a year ago or so, and he's going to be up at the temple there, and he's going to be giving Amitabha empowerment, Buddha Amitabha empowerment, and he's going to be teaching on the POA, the transference of consciousness that we practice for the time of death. But every meditation is a rehearsal for that POA. So he'll be teaching that on the entire weekend, Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday. So if you can come up for that, would be really, really great. And we'll talk more about that. I'll be sending the flyer in a couple days. Okay, so then we do the dedications on page 37 of this practice book that we have, the Uncommon Preliminary Practices. So we begin in English. Dorje Chang, Talopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Dorma Lord Gampopa, Pagmajupa, and Lord Drikung. Please bestow upon us the most auspicious blessing of all the Kagyu Lamas. By this virtue may I achieve the all-knowing state, and may all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara by defeating all enemies, confusion, the cause of suffering. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray that the Lama may have good health. I pray that the Lama may have long life. I pray that your Dharma activities spread far and wide. I pray that I may not be separated from you. As Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra realize the ultimate state, Buddhahood, I will follow in their path and share the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the truth of the unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By the virtues collected in the three times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate word of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Drikung Ratna Shri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious kind root and lineage lamas, divine assembly of yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yogins, Yoginis, and Dakinis, dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate word of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Sravaka or Pratyeka Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Mars and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment in this very life. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo. Om, Ah, Hum. Om, Ah, Hum. Om, Ah, Hum. May my body, speech, and mind become inseparable with the body, speech, and mind of all the enlightened ones for the benefit of all sentient beings. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Lance.
Thanks,
Thank
Lance.
you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a nice Mother's Day, everybody. Everybody is your mother, so celebrate everybody.
Excellent.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Siri, bye-bye.